Have you ever wondered if love stories from thousands of years ago could still touch our hearts today? Forget fairy tales and legends for a moment. We're about to journey back in time to a world of dust, stone, and secrets to uncover a real-life romance that has puzzled historians for centuries. This isn't just a story of kings and queens. It's a tale of two souls whose connection was so profound it defied the conventions of their time and left behind a trail of tantalizing clues. Our story begins in the sands of ancient Egypt, a civilization known for its pharaohs, pyramids, and powerful gods. But amidst the grandeur and gold, we find a more personal, more human mystery. It revolves around two figures who weren't a royal couple in the traditional sense, yet their bond was immortalized in a way that was usually reserved only for the pharaoh and his queen. Their names were These two men lived during the 5th dynasty of Egypt. Around 2400 BC, they were high-ranking officials, serving as overseers of the manicurists in the palace of King Khnumhotep. This might sound like a simple job, but in ancient Egypt, personal grooming for the king was a position of immense trust and honor. They were close to the most powerful person in the land. They shared a title, they shared a job, and as archaeologists would discover thousands of years later, they shared a tomb. And this is where our mystery truly deepens. In ancient Egypt, a tomb was not just a final resting place. It was an eternal home, a house for eternity, designed to be a gateway to the afterlife. The decorations, the inscriptions, everything was carefully planned to ensure a successful journey to the next world. The tomb of Khnumhotep and Niankhkhnum, discovered in Saqqara in 1964, is unlike any other. It's one of the largest and most beautifully decorated non-royal tombs of its era. But what makes it truly extraordinary are the depictions of the two men themselves. Throughout the tomb, we see scenes of their life together. In many reliefs, they are shown in poses of intimate affection. In one famous scene, they stand nose to nose. The most intimate pose in ancient Egyptian art, usually reserved for a husband and wife. Their arms are wrapped around each other. Their children are depicted around them, and their wives are also shown, but in much smaller, more secondary roles. It's Khnumhotep and Niankhkhnum, who are consistently the central figures, presented as a pair. So, what does this all mean? For decades, Egyptologists have debated the nature of their relationship. The first theory was that they were brothers, perhaps even twins. This would explain their closeness and why they shared a tomb. The name of the tomb itself can be translated as joined in life and joined in the afterlife. This fits the brotherly bond idea. However, the intimate portrayals, especially the nose-to-nose embrace, are highly unusual for brothers. This level of intimacy was a clear artistic symbol for a spousal relationship. This leads us to the second, more compelling theory, that Khnumhotep and Niankhkhnum were lovers, a same-sex couple who were so respected and accepted in their community that they were granted the honor of being buried together, depicted as a pair for all eternity. This would make their tomb the earliest known monument to a romantic relationship between two men. Think about that for a second. We often view the ancient world through a very rigid lens, but this tomb suggests a society that may have been far more accepting of different forms of love than we assume. Their joint name, Niankhkhnum and Khnumhotep, is also linguistically connected. It's a play on words, a poetic pairing that reinforces their unity. Let's look closer at the evidence. In the tomb, there's a banquet scene.
Niankhkhnum's wife is shown behind him, sniffing a lotus flower, a common symbol of rebirth.
But Khnumhotep's wife is nowhere to be seen in this main scene. Instead, it is Khnumhotep who takes the place of the wife, positioned alongside Niankhkhnum as his equal partner. The message seems clear. While they may have had families to fulfill societal duties of procreation, their primary, essential bond was with each other. The arrangement of the tomb itself speaks volumes. It's a complex structure, and the most personal, intimate scenes are located in the innermost chambers, the most sacred parts of the tomb. It's as if they were saving the truest expression of their relationship for the most private space, for the eyes of the gods, and for their eternal journey together. Some scholars remain cautious, pointing out that our modern concepts of love and marriage don't map perfectly onto ancient cultures. They argue that we might be projecting our own understanding of romance onto these images. It's a valid point. We must be careful not to impose our own values on the past. However, the evidence is powerful. The consistency of their paired depiction, the specific artistic choices used to show their intimacy, and the sheer grandeur of their shared eternal home all point towards something far deeper than friendship or brotherhood. They are shown overseeing their estate together, hunting in the marshes together, and celebrating in the afterlife together. In every key aspect of life and death, they are portrayed as a unit. What makes their story so captivating is that it challenges our preconceptions. It opens a window into a more complex and nuanced ancient world. It reminds us that love, in its many forms, has always been a fundamental part of the human experience. Whether they were brothers with an unusually strong bond or life partners in the romantic sense, their story is one of profound connection. Their tomb is a testament to the idea that some bonds are so strong they are meant to last for eternity. The inscriptions and art were not just decorations. They were magical spells, intended to make their unity real in the afterlife. By depicting themselves together, they were ensuring they would never be parted. So, what can we take away from the mystery of Niankhkhnum and Khnum? It's a story that invites us to look at history with fresh eyes, to question our assumptions, and to appreciate the timeless, universal nature of human connection. Their love, or their profound bond, has survived for over 4,000 years, etched in stone, waiting for us to find it and wonder. It's a beautiful reminder that every tomb, every artifact, holds a human story. And sometimes, those stories are romances more epic and more real than any we could imagine. The debate among historians will surely continue, but one thing is certain. The tomb of the two manicurists will forever be a monument to a love that was meant to be eternal. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the forgotten mysteries of history. What do you think? Were they brothers, friends, or lovers? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time!